chief complaint is I can't find my red dot, right? What we see here at the academy overwhelmingly, right, is people coming up, kind of fishing this thing down, and I've got my front sight, but where's my red dot? Typically, it's up here. All right, it's up. So what we're gonna do is we are going to exaggerate barrel down, okay? Just to get the mechanics down.
Okay.
All right, that's one of two things that we're gonna do in order to kind of get that initial acquisition. So when I talk about draw, well, let's talk about shooting. Everything in shooting is consistency, okay? It's gotta be consistent, it's gotta be repeatable. If I change something, right, one of these two guys, or something else where this is, what's gonna change? That acquisition, right? So if I can establish consistency each and every time, that's where we see exponential growth in our shooting capability, right? So a couple things. It starts from the ground up, stance, stability, mobility, and balance. That's what I'm looking for, okay? So just don't fall over, all right? I typically bring this back a little bit. I want my chin over my belt buckle, okay? So that gives me the proper amount of lean forward, okay? It's not this, right? Just a little bit forward in order to mitigate that recoil. Somebody had a dead man's gun. All right, so that's kind of a key component. We're done locking out, all right? If you do it, that's fine. I'm not telling you you're wrong, right? But what we found is, all right, that recoil, I am better served if I have a little bend in my elbow to absorb that recoil rather than it going into this upper shoulder girdle, okay? Now, in terms of draw, this is what I'd like to see you do. When this hand's moving, this hand's moving. Okay, so as soon as I go for that draw, this hand is going to come up to meet that gun at presentation, right? So a little technique that I've been playing with that I learned from Daniel Horner is I make a 90-degree angle with this hand, okay? I'm cross-eye dominant. So I bring that up to a touch point here, okay? You're right-handed, right-eye dominant. Okay, so it's more likely going to be kind of in center chest sternum area. So what that does is that gives me the same placement of this each and every time. Okay, for me, it's over left because that translates me to pushing that gun to the left, so I'm under my left eye.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, not such an issue with a red dot, right? But with irons, for me, it's definitely an issue. So that is the same each and every time. When I bring this up, okay, I want you to focus on bringing this gun a little bit closer to where you traditionally meet. Okay, and what that is going to do is it's going to give you more time to find your dot. Okay, so we talked about this coming up, hitting, establishing touch point, bringing this more in line here with your body, giving time, and then kind of exaggerating that muzzle down. All right, and those are going to be kind of the key components in establishing that acquisition of the dot each and every time. All right, so we'll work on it dry for a bit just so you get it. And at first, it may seem a little compartmentalized, right? So I come up, I come here, and then I push out, and that's okay. Eventually, we're going to smooth it out so it's one simple motion. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's just work on it a little bit dry. Let's get 10 repetitions dry, focusing on bringing up, exaggerating muzzle down, and see if we can't pick up that red dot.
So my center mass in terms of...
Yep, yep. I want you to do this at about 50%. Okay. 50% speed. Did you have the dot? Yes. Was it right there?
Yes.
Okay. So now that you know what right looks like, now you just have to be consistent in that presentation. Right? So whatever you just did, it was right there. So let's focus on that. Is it there?
Yep.
Good. Was it there?
Yep.
Good. I want you to do one thing. I want you to relax a bit. Stop trying so hard. Relax your shoulders, okay? Manipulate the gun around your body, not the gun around, or not your body around the gun. What I mean by that You don't need to drop your head. The only thing I want to move is this.
Gotcha.
Okay, because if I bring this out and I drop my head, now I have to match them. All right, so those things are happening concurrently. I have to match, and there's a greater tendency to go, okay, where is this? But if this just moves to my head's in the same spot again, maintaining that consistency, right? I'm more in tune with maintaining that consistency and acquiring that sight. Yeah, that looks good. Did you have to search for it a bit there? Good. You there?
Yeah.
Good.
Now, my question is,
yep.
so right now my dot is sitting about, I want to say, ½ an inch over my side. Is that
perfect?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think that's part of the reason why I was a little kind of confused with the dots. I'm thinking,
some people try and put it right on your yeah, absolutely. Okay. That's kind of the misnomer. And remember, you just did that parallax free where it's okay if that thing's up in here.
Exactly.
Right? If I'm going to take a shot and it's going to happen now,
yeah,
that's acceptable for me. There?
Yep.
Good. One more time. Awesome. Good deal, dude. So, just establishing those things, I didn't see any of this.
Yeah. No, it
right?
was there.
So it was there. All right. So that for you is the pattern, man. All right. So as long as you're consistent with it, it's there. All right. There won't be any searching. As soon as you start switching things up, then you're gonna go, oh. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot a 3 5-round bullet holes drills. Okay. So we'll come up to the 3. I want you to pick an area on the target. Okay. So you're gonna shoot a round. That round now becomes your target. You're gonna try and put those bolts in that same hole. Okay. So aim small, miss small. Understand that there's a little bit of offset, and this will help work your offset. Right. Again, I want you to shoot each round coming out of the holster. And here's the caveat. If you have to search for it, you don't get to shoot. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right, there's got to be repercussions for not maintaining consistency. Okay, and that is, oh, I want to shoot. Oh, I don't get to shoot. Okay, let me fix that. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. Okay, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Eyes in here. All right, here we go. 3 yards, maintaining consistency, bullet hole drills, just slow, man. Just work at about 50% speed. Get that next sight picture. I'm ready to take another shot. Did I hit it? Did it work? Is my dot there? All right, so we're gonna shoot a 5-round volley, right? Not my best, not my worst. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a breather, and we're gonna do it 2 more times for a total of 15 rounds. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother, let's do it. Yes, thank you for being honest. All right, slow it down a little bit. Was it there? Fish for it a little bit. I see everything, mate. You can lie to me. All right? If it's not there, don't take the shot. got? Okay, so do it 2 more times. Different spot on the target.
Okay.
Good shot. Nice shot. All right, so you can see how just slowing it down a bit, understanding, okay, typically if people point this, if I exaggerate, pointing down a little bit and maintaining that consistency here, if I do that consistently, that red dot's gonna be there. Yeah.
Probably trust it more.
Okay, so now we will work kind of an acceptable sight picture drill. All right, we're gonna do this for 2 magazines, right? You should have 2 more magazines on you.
Yep, so I do.
Okay, so, and this is just a chase the shot drill. All right, so I've got 21 rounders, so I automatically win. All right, but no, just kidding. All right, so what we're gonna do is you'll go first, and then I'll go. Okay, and what you're gonna do on this backer, and we'll use this because it makes it easier, is you are simply going, we'll be at 3, you're going to shoot around, and I am, from the low ready, trying to chase that shot and shoot and get as close as I possibly can, as fast as I can. Okay, and what it's teaching me is acceptable sight picture. Okay, and so we're advocates of flashed, floating, and focused sight pictures here. After we do this drill, we're gonna break out a time, we're gonna do a drill that you will absolutely love. But basically, this illustrates that, especially for defensive reasons, even for competition stuff, I don't need a focused sight picture in order to take a shot and get an effective hit when I'm close.
Gotcha.
Okay, and that changes as I go back, right? So if I'm at 25, yeah, I've got to focus a little bit more and slow things down, but here I can go pretty fast, get an acceptable sight picture, a flash of that dot, and deliver a pretty accurate shot. Does that make sense? All right, so this is how it's gonna work. You are going to shoot around, and I have to shoot that round as fast and as close to that round as I possibly can. As soon as I shoot, you shoot another round somewhere different.
Gotcha.
Okay? Just be cognizant of that steel and that steel. Don't shoot it, we're this close, okay? All right, so understand the drill. So you'll shoot one, I'll shoot it. As soon as I shoot, you're putting a bullet somewhere else. Does that make sense? All right, here we go. All right, and we'll go ahead and we'll do this from the low ready. All right, on you. So, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm at 3 yards, right? I'm touching some of them, okay? And we can get that done. Now, when you do this with other people, it starts to get cluttered, and now it's hey, I need to find the shot, right? So, with that, if that happens, right, and I miss it, I just say miss it, and you shoot another one. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. That's a fun little drill. Now you'll go, I'll be the shooter, and you'll be chasing. Nice job, right? Touching a few of them. So that fast, in a hurry, with a red dot, and you can chase that shot fairly accurately, right?
Yeah. Okay. Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and click the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice, and let them know you want to keep America tactical. Because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to get your I will not comply, I lost all of my guns in a boating accident, the AR-15 is protected by the Second Amendment, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirts, click the links in the description section of this video.